This is Prophet Evangelist David Woods and my lovely wife, Angela. Say hi, Angela.
Hi.
And we are taking a walk. Prosperity is the full man, the full woman, spirit, soul, and body, financially, emotionally, in every way. I think my camera should be like this. I'm going to turn it. And in every area of your life, it's full prosperity. I'm out on the river, the Columbia River. The sun is going down. We've had a great day today, haven't we?
Yes.
It's been busy with appointment after appointment and contacts after contacts. But what I want to say to you is that tonight, in about 2 hours, I'm going to be teaching a session that you're not going to want to miss. This is going to be very powerful, and it is understanding the law of the harvest in your life, understanding the law of prosperity in your life, and then understanding who your biggest givers are. Did you know you have givers in your life? And if you don't identify who your givers are, you're in trouble. And I'm going to help you to identify your givers in your life tonight. You don't want to miss it. This is going to be powerful. I want you to hit the share button and tell somebody about this, because God has called me to bring deliverance to the area of your life. You're sitting there as an empty vessel. You're trying to figure out how to get a better job. You're trying to figure out how to get better money. You're trying to figure out how to put clothes on your children's back and pay for their school bills and pay your mortgage or your rent, whatever the case may be. Many people are empty vessels, and God has called me to pour an endless stream of oil into your life. And I'm going to show you how to get that done tonight at 7 o'clock Pacific time. I'll have time to go home and change, but I've been out exercising, walking, enjoying the abundant life and praising God and talking to people that are motivating and encouraging and giving hell trouble and giving people heaven. And now I want to talk to you tonight because you're next in line for a miracle. You've had 1,000 demonic attacks, but the Lord says to tell you that you're next in line for a miracle, and there's going to be a parade of miracles coming down your street, in your mailbox, on your phone, in your email. I can't wait to show you this tonight, what God gave me. And you're never going to forget it. You're always going to hold on to it, and you're going to pass it along to those who you really care about, because when you see how empty you've been and how full I can get you, you're going to turn around and you're going to find around you there are at least 10 to 12, at least 7, maybe 10 or 12 people that are also very empty vessels, and God's anointed you to turn around and fill them up. But you can't fill up anybody in your life unless you're first filled up. So let me give you a little sneak peek at my view. Now, who's the funny guy, that white hair guy? Jesse Duplantis. Jesse Duplantis' brother was a friend of mine, and I brought him here to Portland, Vancouver once, I think, and we had a great time together. And he navigated as a captain of a tugboat up and down the Mississippi River. And he said he always wanted to navigate the mighty Columbia River. And so I came as close as I could to get him here, and he just loved it. He's gone on now with the Lord, Jesse Duplantis' brother. Well, I tell you, so many great people that the Lord has brought in my life. I am rich in abundance with really genuine spiritual fathers, mothers, teachers, preachers, people that genuinely love me. And I want to pass that love on to you. You're walking in the royal law of love. You're walking coupled together with faith and patience. And those three together in your life are going to be explosive. So you don't want to miss tonight. It's going to be awesome. Let me just give you a peek here of the river. Oh, I don't know if I can do it or not. I got to hold the camera just right and not turn it lopsided. If you look real quick, you can see these little silver things jumping out of the water. Those are baby salmons that they released upstream. Now, what you're looking at over there on that side is, boy, it's really rocking on here on this deck. That's Oregon. That's the Oregon side. I'm sitting on the Washington side, but it's so pretty. I wanted to just kind of go down the river and show you, but it sure is sensitive the way it looks. So it's kind of cloudy. I don't think you can see all this fish. You can probably get a better idea here, because if I hold the camera real still, that sunlight is hitting them and they sparkle like little jewels and they jump out. Isn't that beautiful? That's God's prosperous creation. Now listen, if the word prosperous scares you or gets you mad, you need deliverance, okay? And you need to, the reason you need deliverance is because somebody taught you wrong growing up. Somewhere, somehow along the line, you get mad at the word prosperity, and it's God's will to prosper you and the whole man, okay? Spirit, soul, and body. That's God's will. And so God has called me to fill up empty vessels, and I cannot wait to tell you the whole vision. I can't wait to tell you the whole plan because it's going to change lives and evangelize the world. All right, I'm out of time. I got to get home and change, but I'm enjoying my walk. What did we walk today? Let's see. We walked 2 miles. We walked a mile. A little bit over a mile. We'll walk back now. It'll be 2 miles. So I love you. I'll talk to you real soon. And yeah, the little fishies are jumping, huh? They are jumping. The fishies are jumping. God made the fishies to jump. You know, they're not just going to grow up. Look at that. Can you see that on camera? I got to hold it just real still. All right, I got to tell you a quick story. When I was about 17 years old, I went up to one of these rivers here because this is where I grew up. And I wish my ancestors would have taken us to Florida, you know, 200 years ago, but instead they came out this way, and this is where I ended up. And you can't complain about where you ended up. But anyways, I went down 17 years old with a friend of mine from church on a motorcycle, and we stopped at a river because we saw fish jumping out of the river like this, except they were bigger. So we got our fishing poles. We had them on the back of the motorcycle, and I knew I would be in trouble. My dad never let us be on a motorcycle. He called them murder cycles. He said, I don't want to ever see you boys on a murder cycle. And so I was in rebellion. You know, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, but being on that murder cycle, I was convicted, you know. And so we got down on the river, and we cast a line and a hook. And man, we started pulling them out. Let me see while I'm talking if you can see. We started pulling them out left and right, left and right. I mean, our whole bucket was full of fish. And I said, look at what the Lord has done. Our boats are so filled like Peter and James and John. It's so filled of fish that we're about to sink. It was overflowing with fish on the river. Well, we were so happy. And all of a sudden, some stranger comes through the bushes, and he was wearing a green uniform, and he had a hat, and he had boots on, and he had a book in his hand. And he said, what you boys doing? I said, oh man, we're pulling it. And we looked, and it was, what do you call those people?
Forest ranger.
It was a forest ranger. And he said, of course you're pulling them out left and right. He said, about several hundred feet up the river, he said, we just poured out millions and millions of baby trout. And he said, you're not supposed to be fishing here. I said, well, we didn't know. Well, we got like a, I don't know, $200-300 fine, big ticket. And me and my buddy had to split it. It took us a long time to pay it off. And I guess it ruined the moment. But who knows? Maybe these baby fishes that are jumping, maybe some forest ranger up the river dumped them out here. Bonneville Dam is up the way. So I'm not about to throw a fish and a line in, because I learned my lesson a long time ago. Okay, from Vancouver, Washington, on the Portland side of the river. I love you. I got good reports, and I'll see you in just over an hour right here on Pray America Live. God bless you.